The Doors That Watch Each Other, a Haunted House Tale. They moved in on a cloudy Thursday, the Carters, David, Emily, and their quiet 10-year-old daughter Lily were just another family looking to start over. Life had worn them thin, city noise, unpaid bills, and the tragedy they didn't talk about anymore had left shadows under their eyes. So when they found the crumbling house in Black Hollow for a price that seemed impossible, they didn't question it. They should have. The house stood like a forgotten secret at the edge of the forest, wounded, sinking into the earth like it was trying to hide. Ivy strangled the outer walls, the roof sagged under years of weather and silence. But it had charm, or so they told themselves. That old Victorian charm. Bones still strong, the real estate agent had said they moved in with borrowed hope and second-hand furniture. But from the first night, Lily said strange things. "It feels like it's listening," she whispered to her mother as she looked up at the tall, rotting ceiling. Emily smiled and told her not to be silly, but she felt it too, that quiet pressure, like someone was holding their breath behind the walls. Like the house had been waiting. They found the hallway 3 days after moving in. David was the one who opened the warped wooden door at the end of the east wing of wing that wasn't marked on the blueprints. It led to a long, narrow corridor that stretched too far to fit inside the house's known dimensions. And at the end of that corridor, facing one another like ancient enemies, stood 2 doors, one white, one black. The white door was smooth, pale, pristine, as though it had never been touched, even after a century of dust and decay. The black door was different, splintered, scarred, and warped. Someone at some point had tried to force it shut or force it open. Neither door had handles, neither door opened, and yet, every time they walked past them, the hallway seemed to hum, as if the very air held its breath. That night the voices began, soft at first, barely whispers, like wine under the floorboards, but then clearer. Words in a language none of them spoke. Weeping, laughter, the occasional, unmistakable sound of footsteps where no one walked. David blamed the old pipes. Emily blamed the stress of the move. But Lily knew better. "The white door watches the black one," she said over breakfast, swinging her feet above the floor. "But the black one remembers." David stared at her. "Remembers what, sweetheart?" Lily just smiled and kept eating her cereal. Weeks passed. The hallway began to change. It grew colder. Longer somehow. On certain days, David swore he walked 5 steps farther than the day before just to reach the doors. The wallpaper began to peel in intricate patterns, spirals, and runes. Emily started waking up at 3:07 a.m. each night, her dreams filled with the sound of digging, earth, nails on stone, and always that same sensation. She was being watched. Lily began sleepwalking. They'd find her standing in front of the doors, her hands at her sides, eyes closed, lips moving soundlessly. Once, she pressed her palms against the black door and whispered, "I know what's behind you now." David started keeping the hallway locked, but the door always creaked open again. One night, during a heavy storm, everything came undone. The thunder was deafening. Rain lashed the roof like claws. The lights flickered, then died. In the dark, the house pulsed like a living thing. That's when they noticed Lily was gone, panic, screaming her name, tearing through the rooms, and then a voice, faint, echoing. "I'm here," Lily called. In the hallway, they ran, and when they reached the forbidden corridor, both doors were open. The white door led to something impossible. A corridor of cold white stone, lined with flickering lanterns that gave off no heat. The black door yawned into endless shadow, where things moved in silence, unseen but felt. Lily stood between them, frozen in place. Her eyes vacant, her voice flat. "Don't choose," she said. Emily ran to her, crossing the white door's threshold, but her body froze. Her mind flooded with visions, dark rituals, screaming children, doors carved from cursed wood. A bargain made long ago by someone who thought they could contain what lay beneath because the doors weren't built to enter. They were built to contain, and now they were open. From the black door, something emerged. Shadows, whispering, crawling, tall, thin figures with too many limbs, their faces turned inside out. Time slowed as they moved, graceful, almost curious. They reached for Lily. She didn't run. She smiled. "I chose already," she whispered, and then she was gone. The doors slammed shut. The hallway no longer appears on the house's blueprint. Emily and David never left. They don't answer calls. The windows are always closed, the curtains drawn. Neighbors say they sometimes see Emily standing at the front door, staring out with eyes that don't blink. Others swear they hear soft weeping in the night, or worse, laughter, but always at 3:07 a.m. And those who dare to approach a house at night say the strangest thing of all. You can still hear Lily whispering, walking, choosing. Would you open the white door or the black one? Fade out with wind, a child's laugh, and the creak of a door slowly opening.